For some furs, the fandom is a deeply personal space that they largely keep hidden in their everyday lives. For others, the fandom is intimately connected to their identity in the real world. Hi, I'm Ash Coyote, and today we will be exploring the furry fandom and how the experience differs from person to person, or should I say, furson to furson. In my everyday life, I'm a glassblower. I spend most days in the studio working on all sorts of cool projects. I have a husband, a house, a pet dog, and I'm also furry, obviously. When I first came across the fandom in the 90s, it was an underground group with a largely male populace. I was drawn to it because of the art, if I'm being completely honest. You see, I really like foxes, and, well, furries like to draw foxes, so I was of course drawn to furries. The logic is dizzying, I know. I remember feeling at home, talking with these people across the world, all of whom shared a mutual interest in this fantastical idea. It was at this point that I found community, happiness, and eventually love. The fandom offers people a chance to socialize in ways that don't really exist in the real world. I mean, how many people get to travel around the world just to hang out and party it up with their closest friends? For a community that was created and built on the internet, it's grown into something of a phenomenon. For me, my furry identity, also known as a fursona, and my human identity are intricately linked. Ash is a more literal interpretation of me, and less a fantasy character. No, I am not saying I am a coyote IRL, just that my character is essentially an honest interpretation of myself. The me that I would be if I was actually a walking, talking animal. Having a fursona doesn't have to be a literal animal version of you, though. It can be anything you really want. What it cuts down to is it's a means to express oneself in a safe space. For example, before I transitioned, I used art as a way for me to express my gender identity and experiment with the idea before approaching it in the real world. This is not everyone's experience. Furry is a community that caters to all sorts, and being a community centered on a fantasy idea, that lends to many different types of expression. Not everyone is looking for this, oh my god, perfect expression of the real you as an animal thing. Some people just like making fantasy characters, and you know what? That's cool too. If you want to be a macro version of your favorite video game avian and smash buildings, then more power to you. I would love to hear about how furry integrates into your life in the comments section below. And as always, if you like what I do and want to see more, please click subscribe.